morning, everyone. May the Lord richly bless you. Thank you so much for listening in. And this is our live broadcast. We so appreciate it. And if you have questions, testimonies, or prayer requests, please let us know. You can contact us on any social platform that you're listening through. Otherwise, you can contact us through our website, email, or through that number. That phone number will, you can also send a text message to that phone number as well. Just identify yourself when you do that. And we're going to speak this morning on the 7 dimensions. And we're going to look at this from what Brother Branham taught us from the scriptures. So let's take a look now. Brother Branham says in the sermon, "Present stage of my ministry. You remember in the vision, or the little translation as I would call it, I was taken and saw those people and looked back to myself and all those millions there. And I said, I want to see Jesus. He said, he's higher. Well, see, when people die, they don't immediately go up to God. Now, I'm sure you'll understand that. Maybe I do explain it the best I can. Are you in a hurry then? Let's take our time then and try to make it just as clear as I can. Now, when you come along, we remember that we live here in 3 dimensions. I don't know whether I can name them or not. One of them is light. The other is matter. Tommy, you remember what the third is? Right. Now, light, matter, and time. And our 5 senses contact them dimensions. Our sights contact light. Our feeling contact matter, and so forth. Now, but we have contact through science, the 4th dimensions as it was. Because coming right through this building now comes pictures, voices, or radio, pictures on television, that our senses does not contact that yet. But what we have, a tube or a crystal that picks up those ether waves and manifests them. So you see, right in this building now is live actions of people in the air, live voices. They're here. We know it. They're absolutely the truth. And the only thing you do, they catch it on. I don't understand the mechanics of those things that science has invented, but we know that it proves to us there's a 4th dimension. Now the 5th dimension is where the sinner, the unbeliever, dies and goes to. The 5th dimension is kind of a horrible dimension. And when a Christian dies, he goes to the 6th dimension, and God is the 7th dimension. So there he lists each of those dimensions off, and we're going to go through them. And I want you to understand here that when he's talking about this dimension, and particularly you're looking at the dimension that he refers to as science, that we understand that these are frequencies. And the reality of the matter is just about everything is made up of frequencies, which is energy. And so when we have a Wi-Fi signal that's going through the air, that's energy. Life is energy. Your soul and spirit put off energy. That's frequencies. The other realms, the realm of hell and the realm of paradise, that's where the angelic beings dwell and the demons dwell. Those in that other realm, they're also energy. They manifest light, and sometimes their frequency can slow down, and it enters into our frequency, and then we see that. So when we're speaking of dimensions, we're talking about life. That's where God dwells. God is life. And God made everything, and emanating forth from God, all these dimensions, because he's the creator of them all. So light, that's the 1st dimension. 2nd dimension is matter, the things that we can touch, the table, the camera, these notes, my laptop here, I can touch it. My cup, that's matter. Time is the 3rd dimension. Time is linear. Time proceeds on a line. When we look back to history, we look forward to the future, and we're here now in present. And so time is linear. Eternity is not that. Eternity is something that's outside of time. Eternity isn't like a line. It's likened unto just a circle. The friends, it's always connected. The fourth dimension is science. Now we understand that so much better today than what Brother Branham understood it in his time. He saw it as television and radio, but we understand very, very quickly that that other dimension is where those frequencies travel. I am sending through the internet my picture and my voice. That is traveling through the internet. If you're watching this on a phone, it's traveling from a cell phone tower through the air, and then your phone takes those waves of energy and reforms it into this picture that you see of me and my voice. And so that's incredible to think about. That is one dimension. We're here another dimension, and you think about it, our eyes are seeing people. I'm seeing a light, I'm seeing a camera, and those are traveling through the air to my eye. And people can see things that are distorted, people can see things that are not there. It's frequencies traveling through the air to our eyes and to our brain. Same thing with what we hear. We understand very well that frequency is coming and hitting our ear. You're hearing my voice. It's coming to your ear, and your ear brings it to your brain. And it's there's so much more detail to that. I'm not a scientist or a biologist, but it comes to your ear, and then your brain is interpreting what is being spoken, what sound is coming, or what music is playing. And so we understand that's speaking of matter, light, time, science. All these things are dimensions, and those dimensions are like a frequency. And so Brother Branham says, one day these bodies will be changed and will speed up and enter into that new dimension. So it's just a speeding up. So it's a speeding up from this dimension to a new dimension. So let's break down a little bit scripturally. John 14:30. Hereafter I will not talk much with you, for the prince of this world cometh and hath nothing in me. So the prince of this world is coming. So where is he coming from? And has nothing in me. So Satan is the prince of the world, and he's coming. In 6:11, put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. John 18:36. Jesus answered, my kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight, that I should not be delivered to the Jews, but now my kingdom is not from hence. The word world there is orderly arrangement, decoration. By implication, world. My kingdom is not from this world. My kingdom is from another dimension. We were talking about before demons. Those demons are from another dimension. And that's critical to understand when we're looking at this. All these dimensions are parallel to each other, and those dimensions impact on this dimension. And we can't fail to understand that. Colossians 1:16, For by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible. Whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers, all things were created by him and for him. So there is an invisible creation, one that is not visible in this dimension. So that's critical. We have to understand what the Lord is talking about there. There is another dimension parallel to this that's invisible to our dimension. Luke 11:2. And he said unto them, when ye pray, say, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as in heaven, so in earth. So again, two dimensions. One dimension, his will is being done. Another dimension, his will is not being done, and it needs to be changed so that we are doing his will. Daniel 10:5-13. Then I lifted up my eye, looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with the gold of Uphaz. His body was like the beryl, and his face like the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms as his feet like in color to polished brass, and the voice of his words like the voice of a multitude. And I, Daniel, alone saw the vision, for the men that were with me saw not the vision, but a great quaking fell upon me, so that they fled to hide themselves. Therefore I was left alone and saw this great vision, and there remained no strength in me, for my comeliness was turned in me into corruption, and I retained no strength. Yet heard I the voice of his words, and when I heard the voice of his words, then was I in a deep sleep on my face, and my face toward the ground. And behold, as a hand touched me, which sat upon my knees and upon the palms of my hand, unto me, O Daniel, a man greatly beloved, understand the words that I speak unto thee, and stand up unto thee am I now sent. And when he had spoken this word unto me, I stood trembling. Then said he unto me, Fear not, Daniel, for from the first day that thou didst set thine heart to understand and to chasten thyself before thy God, thy words were heard, and I am come for thy words. But the prince of the kingdom of Persia withstood me 21 days. But lo, Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me, and I remained there with the kings of Persia. So we see there that that dimension is impacting on this dimension. There's a spiritual ruler of areas, and there's a natural ruler of certain areas. And the spiritual ruler is impacting what the natural ruler is doing. And we see angels sent from God, are there to defeat what those demon spirits are doing and to change the outcome for the plan of God. And very important to understand. God is working through angels to accomplish his purpose. And he wants to, when he wants to do something, he doesn't merely just do it. In fact, he at times sends an angel to accomplish what he wants accomplished. And if we miss that, we miss the fact that we're living in a constant spiritual warfare. And before we, I think we'll close out this time this morning, and we'll continue the rest of that tomorrow. If you have questions, feedback, or comments for me, please let me know. May the Lord richly bless you.